Hakodash. I hope you can hear me. Let me get a little closer. Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh, Shem Yahshai, Shem Hakodash. Shalom to the 144,000 and rest of you elect out there. Shalom to you all. And I just got on this video and I pulled it back. It was already like almost 30 minutes in, about 25 minutes when I opened this up. It's 31 minutes in. So I pulled it back to the beginning. It says Ezekiel 18, individuality is only dealing with Israelites. So I'm going to start it right about here, and you'll see where I'm coming from. So I'm pretty much laying back off of this topic here.
Right.
We got 2 hours. We got 2 hours before the 2026, and I believe that something major is going to happen to kick this thing off, which could, you know how Esau roll, the psyop. I'm talking about the psyop thing. I believe something's going to happen. They're going to make a quick, they're going to turn the faucet up, so to speak, and they're going to push it. There's things. Nothing happens by accident. If it happened, and nothing happens in politics by accident. If it happens, you can best believe it was planned that way. I believe it was FDR that said that. As a matter of fact, give me a second here. I was reading this. Okay, the elder Malcolm from head of GMS Chicago, he's going through this and he mentions the Bakers' Rebellion. I'm gonna get back into the main subject, but I didn't know what it was. So the Bakers' Rebellion most often refers to the Southern bread riots of 1863. Now I already knew when they said the bread riots, that means they were starving for food. And back at this period, okay, this is 18. It could have been the 1600s going into the 1700s. There was a lot of cannibalism going on in the United States before the slaves actually came here. But that's a whole nother topic. So it says, okay, so 1863, this was a couple of years after, I believe Lincoln died in 61, if I'm not mistaken. Or he had just died around this area. So this was during the time of the Civil War, if I'm not mistaken. It said Baker's Rebellion most often refers to the Southern bread riots of 1863 during the Civil War. So this was a Civil War. Now the Civil War started when Lincoln was still in power, where desperate women stormed bakeries for food due to soaring prices. What's everybody complaining about? Soaring prices, and we believe it's going to get worse. But now I listen to the financial. I listen to CNBC in the morning, and CNBC in my car, and you'll have these different experts, and they said that the government could be doing a lot better if it wasn't for tariffs. See, tariffs made matters worse, and you can thank your man, but it could also allude to the 1776 Bacon's Rebellion, which is a different name of modern social justice groups like the Bakers' Uprising, though the Civil War riots are the classic Bakers' connection. Let me just go ahead and open this up. The Southern bread riots, or the Bakers' Rebellion. What? Protests by hungry women in the Confederate, that's the South, demanding bread accelerating to looting stores. They said we ain't getting no bread. We gonna bust. So they say that's a Jake thing. Do you see these black? No, that's a hunger thing. Why? Severe shortages and inflation. That's what they talking about right now. Made food unaffordable for working class families. The middle class is a working class. And this is how rebellions start when you have the poor that they push their backs to the wall. They missing meals or whatever. That's when they're gonna go after the system that's in play. This is just history repeat itself. Why? Severe shortages and inflation made food unaffordable for working class families. Key moment. We want bread, not blood, became their cry. And they don't even tell you that in history. The U.S. has a dark history too. Okay, UK politics. Baker's Rebellion also refers to a conservative group led by the MP represents Member of Parliament Steve Baker, opposing certain UK government policies. That's not what I'm looking for. Baker's Rebellion, 1676. What? An armed uprising in colonial Virginia led by Nathaniel Bacon against Governor Barkley. Why? Conflict over land taxes and Native American policies not spread. They wanted to get out of there. Not bred directly, though economic hardship was a cause root. So we're suffering that again. Outcome, rebels burned Jamestown, but the rebellion collapsed after Bacon's death. So they followed him when he died. The sheep scattered. So that's what that means. A little bit of history. So let's come back over here. Where am I? Okay, is this it? Okay, let's go. Let's listen.
This is from Russell. He says, we don't even have teachers anymore. I'm sorry. He says, we won't even have teachers anymore. Let them tell it. We in the new covenant already. But after continuing to listen, I don't think we should.
By the way, we're not in the new covenant. We're not in the new covenant. Excuse me.
Share the exact doctrine or interpretation of the word. Ezekiel 18 is a great example. And we actually going to go look at that. He says, don't be the one to blame the fathers and the sons when their sons are righteous. They all aren't bad based on the color of their.
See, he doesn't understand the concept of reincarnation. Reincarnation is mentioned in the scriptures. So when it says the father's not. Matter of fact, let me go to it so I don't botch it up. It's also in, what is that? Leviticus. Give me a second here. Ezekiel 18. Okay, let me do this. Okay, 19th verse. It says, "Yet say ye, why doeth not the Son bear the iniquity of the Father, when the Son hath done that which is lawful and right, and have kept all my statutes, and have done them, he shall surely live." Yeah, that's talking about Israel. Let me read that again, 19th verse. "Yet say ye, why doeth not the Son bear the iniquity of the Father?" Yeah, because your son, if he's righteous, he's not held accountable for what the Father did. But when you go to let's go to that Exodus 20. Okay, 5th verse. "Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, Yahweh, thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me." The children are going to pay for what the fathers did, because you come back in reincarnation every third and fourth generation. Let's come back over here. So if you have a father and he has a son, that son doesn't pay for the sins of his father. The son, or son, whatever, son, pays for it, because that's you, the father, coming back all over again. So people don't understand it, because it's that's a reincarnation. You're paying for what you did in a previous life, not your son paying for the wickedness of you. So let's come on back. Not going to be long here.
Their skin. If you've seen that video, you know, it's about these.
I got to bring it back. I'm sorry.
To continue to listen, I don't think we share the exact doctrine or interpretation of the word. Ezekiel 8.
Because you people don't understand the doctrine. You don't understand this book. This book is a trap unto you. Romans 11. Romans 11, 7 on down. About the 9th verse is the key verse. This book is a trap to you. It traps you up. It binds you up in the spirit.
18 is a great example. And we actually going to go look at that. He says, don't be the one to blame the fathers and the sons when their sons are righteous. They all aren't bad based on the color of their skin. If you've seen that video, you know, it's about these Edomites over there in the land of Israel and all the stuff that they're doing. So this dude is attempting to use Ezekiel 18 because of the way that it's written, right? It says the son should not bear the iniquity of the father should not bear the iniquity of the sons, right? So he's trying to apply that to the...
Yeah, but you keep coming back. You keep coming back. The father has a son, the son has a son, the son has another son, and you keep coming back. You keep coming back. So you might have did righteousness in this life, helped the Israelites, thinking that you were, what's his name, Cornelius. But then what did you do 5 reincarnations ago? What did you do 2 reincarnations ago? So Christians will never understand this Bible if they don't understand and accept the concept of reincarnation.
To the whole world. Now, let's go back up. He says, but after continue to listen, I don't think we share the exact doctrine or interpretation of the word. Ezekiel 18 is a great example. Don't be the one to blame the fathers and the sons.
The sons and the fathers are going to pay. Jacob and Esau, neither having done any good or evil. The Most High chose us to be on top of you. The elder shall serve the younger. That's before Esau did anything. Set up in the spirit.
When their sons are righteous.
These devils are looking for a way out. You ain't going to find a way out. And what they're doing is they're looking for our approval. If they're looking for us to say, you know what, you're right on that, we were wrong. Like, hang out with Genesis. Genesis, they all about Esau can make it.
They all aren't bad based on the color of their skin. Well, nobody said that they were. Better judge them by their fruit. The ones that cling to us are righteous as well.
They none of them cling to us, bro. The ones that's talking about Israel, that Isaiah 14:1, the strangers shall cling unto us. Those are Israelites, man. This is talking about Israelites.
Just as righteous as us that keep the laws and testimony. And first off, Jake, you don't keep the law. You think that you do. You might keep 5 or 7 laws.
And you're listening to Nate with the law stuff. But he only knows like 2 laws. I don't even know if he knows 2 laws. He knows the fringe. Just put the fringes on. That's it. You can do anything else. Just put the fringes on. That's the only law that they know. And they tell you got to keep the laws of the Most High.
You don't eat pork. You don't get tattoos. You don't celebrate pagan holidays, right? That's about as far as you go. You try to keep some semblance of a Sabbath. Most of you don't keep the Sabbath even on the right day. Just shut up about all these laws you keep. He goes on. And no man is righteous. The Lord said our righteousness is as filthy rags. So it says, just as righteous as us that keep the laws and testimony and actually walk in it. They will be in the kingdom too, no matter what position they serve. No matter what position they serve there, they will be there. And we never said that they weren't. I say that to say, don't lose your spot having hatred for Israel. And he's talking about, and you spelled it wrong, man. How can you spell it wrong here and then spell it right over here? Don't lose your spot having hatred for Israel. He's talking about modern day Israel. Be they Israel by blood or by faith. Well, you can only be Israel by blood. You can't.
First of all, those people they're done. They're done. They're going into captivity with the rest of the Edomites and the other nations. Ain't no good small hats, because they got to pay for what they did in their previous lives. And plus, if they're Edomites, before even having done any good nor evil, that the purpose of the Most High might stand. Before they even done any good and evil, read that in Romans. The Apostle Paul breaks it down clearly. Yep, and in Romans 9, the Apostle Paul makes it clear that the Lord only came for, and you're trying to, well, see, if you go to this 13th verse and jump up to the 9th verse, or down to the 9th verse, it says, and then right here in the 23rd verse, it says Gentiles. You clearly don't understand the scriptures. The scriptures is nothing but a stumbling block for you.
Can't be an Israelite by faith. This dude is all over the place. He says, I pray that doesn't go over your head, Ak. Nigga, I'm not your brother. And you can see he's all mixed up, all right?
He's a dude that doesn't go on the highways and the byways. He's not a teacher. He's just a guy that watches different. He's in my opinion, I can't prove all of this. He listened to a little bit of IUIC. He listened to a little bit of IHBK. He probably listens to certain Christians. You know, he's all fucked up and screwed up. So we don't waste time trying to make. Well, let's try to make him see it. We see that you're not going to see it.
But let's finish it off. Shalom, brother Nawak from GMS Detroit. Shalom, brother. So yeah, I'm trying this YouTube live stream for the first time. Let's see here. Yeah, so this one you can't show the comments on the screen, I don't think. But it's all good. Now he goes on. He says, better judge them by their fruit. The ones that cling to us are righteous as well, just as righteous as us.
There's none of them that cling to us.
Us that keep the laws and testimony and actually walk in. There's no such thing as a righteous Edomite, period. Okay? They will be in the kingdom too, no matter what position they.
You was born to be slaves. There's a song, Born to Be Alive. You was born to be slaves and then be burnt up.
Serve there, they will, no matter what position they serve there, they will be there. I say that to say, don't lose your spot having hatred for Israel, be they Israel.
We're not going to lose our spot. Israelites are not going to lose their spot. Their spots are guaranteed. The elect is going to make it. The rest of them that don't wake up, they're going to die here in America, but you're going to have Israelites scattered throughout the whole planet. And they're all going to come to Israel. All Israelites are going to get their blessing in the kingdom. I don't care if they were Mo in this life, wicked as hell, a Sambo.
Israel by blood or by faith. It's impossible to be Israel by faith. I pray that doesn't go over your head, Ak. I'm definitely not saying all their sons are righteous, though, and neither are we. It's a lot of Jacob with an Esau spirit, too, and vice versa. All right.
Well, if Jacob got an Esau spirit, he's still Jacob in the spirit. You mean it's Toms, these Sambos. They're still going to be saved.
So you hear, this dude is bugged out. He don't know what's going on. He thinks some kind of way that, you see, he's making all kind of errors. But let's go to Ezekiel 18 and read that. All right. Let's go to Ezekiel 18 and read that. And it's dealing with the Israelites. It's not dealing with no other individuality. It's Israelites only. If you read up here at the top of Ezekiel 18, let me see if I'm sharing that. Yeah. And, I'm kind of digging this YouTube, It's pretty. Okay. See up here it says, the Most High deals justly with individuals, but it's all about the Israelites, though. Ezekiel 18:1, it says, the word of the Lord came unto me again, saying, what mean ye that ye use this proverb concerning the land of Israel, saying, the fathers have eaten sour grapes, and the children's teeth are set on edge? As I live, said the Lord power, ye shall not have any occasion any more to use this proverb in Israel. Behold, all souls are mine, as the soul of the Father, so also the soul of the Son is mine. The soul that sinneth, it shall die. You see that? It's talking about it.
The Son's going to die for his sins. The Father's going to die for his sins.
Israelites. As it goes on, it says, but if a man be just.
This is an Israelite speaking to other Israelites.
And do that which is lawful and right, and have not eaten upon, excuse me. Salakia. But if a man be just and do that which is.
Oh, let me go into this real quick since it's in my mind, so I don't forget. This is what the 7 used to teach. Ezekiel 33. Sorry. They used to teach that the wicked here are Edomites. Like if they restore the pledge, give again that which they rob, walk in the statute of life, without committing iniquity, he shall surely live. He shall not die. He said, well, that's Esau, but Esau is not capable of doing it. So we said, no, that ain't talking about Esau. That's talking about Jake. Ezekiel 18 is talking about Jake.
Lawful and right, and hath not eaten upon the mountains of Israel, neither hath lifted up his eyes to idols of the house of Israel, neither hath defiled his neighbor's wife, neither hath come near to a mistress woman, and hath not oppressed any, but hath restored to the debtor his.
And all of us broke the law by coming near to a mistress woman. We're working in this society. You get on the bus, you open the door after a woman on a period. And, hey, for you guys in the IUIC that say, keep them laws, we keep all the laws, statutes, and commandments. That means every brother in the IUIC that has a wife, when a period comes, she's going to have to leave the house. She don't leave in the bedroom. Anything she touches is contaminated. for 7 days after the period stops. So she might have the period for 10, she'd be unclean for 10 days. So does each and every member of the IUIC have a separate house for their wife to stay in? Yeah, I know goddamn well that shit ain't happening.
Pledge, hath spoiled none by violence, hath given his bread to the hungry, and hath covered the naked with a garment. He hath not given forth upon usury, neither hath taken any increase, that hath withdrawn his hand from iniquity, hath executed true judgment between man and man.
And that's something that Esau doesn't do. He's not about judgment and justice and judgment.
Hath walked in my statutes, and hath kept my judgments to deal truly.
Esau ain't doing that. The Edomite men like little boys.
He is just, he shall surely live, saith the Lord power. You see that? So it's dealing with Israelites. Now I know up here it said, and see, people got to stop being so damn stupid when it says here, but if a man be just and do that which is lawful and right. What man? Israelite men. It's all about the Israelites. Now it told you about a man, an Israelite man in particular, right? Now verse 10 says, if he beget a son that is a robber, a shedder of blood, and that doeth the like to any one of these things, and that doeth not any of those duties, but even hath eaten upon the mountains and defiled his neighbor's wife, hath oppressed the...
That's Israel. Defiled his neighbor's wife, meaning commit adultery. This is for Israel.
Poor and needy, hath spoiled by violence, hath not restored the pledge, and hath lifted up his eyes to idols, hath committed abomination, hath given forth upon usury, and hath taken increase, then shall he then live? He shall not live. He hath done all these abominations, he shall surely die, his blood shall be upon him. You see that? And I see we got the brother GMS Orlando in the house, right? Brother Azaria. Say, I was thinking about you earlier, brother, and I did the lesson I did last night. You asked me about the microphones. This microphone, brother Yuan sent me. I got this one right here. I don't know if you can see it. This one is a Vivitar. I got this from Walmart. But the lesson I did last night, is dealing with what is it? Matthew 18. Let me make sure. Yeah, the one I did last night, Matthew 18, no private rebukes. That one I did on the desktop. I got another microphone. It's a Snowball. It's white. And Elder Yashawamba sent me that microphone years back. Right? I don't use it that often, but you can check the sound. Like this one has got a good sound. This other one, it's got a good sound too, but it's kind of low, in my opinion. It's not as powerful. That Snowball, it's kind of old now, but it's got okay sound. You can listen to all three and see, where, what you like.
Yeah, you got to go through different mics and see what you like. You start off, you get something for $100. That ain't good enough. You got a 200, 300. You get a good, the more the mic is, the better it's supposed to be. Esau used the tip top. You know what I'm saying? Different microphones have different sound. Some are more powerful than others. That microphone that, if you ever watched the brother GMS Virgin Island Straight Gate, the microphone he uses is really powerful. I like it. I don't know what kind it is. You can ask him. But I really like his microphone. This microphone is powerful too, but I hadn't used it that much. Just wanted to say that, because I know the brother asked about the microphones. All right. Anyway, going back to Ezekiel 18. So the first one was a righteous father. Then he had a son that's a jerk. Now here verse 14 says, are we back yet? It's a lock here, brothers. Yeah, we back. I don't know why over here. Okay, yeah, it's working. And is the sound coming in loud and clear, y'all? And can you see good? One thing I like about this, you don't have to do a lot of clicking. You just click one thing and bam, you up. Bam, you up. Click another thing, bam, you back, But I still like StreamYard too, though. StreamYard, I've been using that for years. Okay, good. The water. The only difference is with this, you can't highlight your comments and see them on the screen, I don't think. Let's see here. Well, let's see. It says pin message. Okay, so you can pin it on the comment board like that. Yeah, and that's okay. That ain't bad, That
That ain't bad. Unpinned message. All right. You could do, yeah. But yeah, I'm trying to get to
Make full use of that ministry. What is it? Make full use of that ministry. I'm paraphrasing. So the YouTube, we saw the YouTube, and we said that's what pushed his word out. YouTube did the heavy lifting for us. Now you got brothers getting different type of mics and sounding, don't sound like an echo when you don't got a mic. I mean, whether you got a mic or not, as long as people can hear you, they got the message. Well, the sound ain't right. I got to hear it, and then don't go someplace else.
To the end of this because I want to do this other lesson. But let's actually go. Okay, so Ezekiel 18:14. Salakia for the interruption. It says, Now lo, if he beget a son that seeth all his father's sins which he hath done, and considereth and doeth not such like, that hath not eaten upon the mountains, neither hath lifted up his eyes to the idols of the house of Israel, hath not defiled his neighbor's wife, neither hath oppressed any, hath not withholden the pledge, neither hath spoiled by violence, but hath given his bread to the hungry, and hath covered the naked with a garment, that hath taken off his hand from the poor, that hath not received usury nor increase, hath executed my judgments, hath walked in my statutes, he shall not die for the iniquity of his father, he shall surely live. You see? So that individuality we enjoy as Israelites, being able to repent to a man, to a woman, right? We don't have to any longer pay for the iniquity of our fathers, okay? Because the Savior came and he died for the house of Israel. So many people can't understand this. They keep trying to charge us with a fault. Esau thinks that he can use he thinks he can use the scriptures as a get out of jail free card. This individuality is only for the Israelites, meaning being able to repent to a man, because we're the only ones with a Savior. The nations got to get punished together. Like we went into slavery, we're under the curses as a nation of people. All nations got to go through that same thing. They don't have a Savior to get them out of this. This is further how we know that they don't have salvation. And it's just the bottom line. You see? And Jake on the comment board doesn't understand that. He thinks that, we'll go back and read his comments again after we, finish with this. Ezekiel 18:18, it says, As for his father, because he cruelly oppressed, spoiled his brother by violence, and did that which is not good among his people. Come on.
Well, that's what Esau did on a wide scale. Esau came against his brother. We'll go back to Cain and Abel. This is not Ezekiel 18 is not talking about you. You going into captivity under us along with the other nations, regardless what you do or don't do.
Now it's a little bit of a delay, Salakia. Let's see here, brother Salakia. What the hell? All right, yeah, there it is. As for his father, because he cruelly oppressed, spoiled his brother by violence, and did that which is not good among his people, lo, even he shall die in his iniquity. Yes, ye say, why? Does not the son bear the iniquity of the father? When the son had done that which is lawful and right, and hath kept all my statutes and hath done them, he shall surely live. The soul that sinneth, it shall die. The son shall not bear the iniquity of the father, neither shall the father bear the iniquity of the son. The righteousness of the righteous shall be upon him, and the wickedness of the wicked shall be upon him. See, it's about individuals. And I got another example that I'll bring up. In a minute. Let me just bring it up just so I have it. All right. Yep. Let's keep reading that. All right. Verse 21 says, But if the wicked will turn from all his sins that he hath committed, and keep all my statutes, and do that which is lawful and right, he shall surely live, he shall not die. All his transgressions that he hath committed, they shall not be mentioned unto him. In his righteousness that he hath done, he shall live. Have I any pleasure at all that the wicked should die, saith the Lord of power, and not that he should return from his ways and live? But when the righteous turneth away from his righteousness and committeth iniquity, and doeth according to all the abominations that the wicked man doeth, shall he live? All his righteousness that he hath done shall not be mentioned. In his trespass that he hath trespassed, and in his sin that he hath sinned, in them shall he die. Listen, yet ye say, the way of the Lord is not equal. Hear now, O house of Israel. See, house of Israel. Is not my way equal, or not your ways unequal? So this is covering the Israelites. And oftentimes you see play, you gonna blame the sins of Esau fathers on them. How you gonna do that? You know, with all that fucking whining, you know, supernatural fucking whining. Motherfucker, last name whinings. You can't get the Edomites out of this shit.
The bottom line is, they can say, well, we're going to make it, the Israelites are going off. But they really don't believe that. What they want to do is, they said, if I can get at least one Israelite to say that there's an opening for one Edomite to come in, and all of us can come in. So now y'all got Genesis. Just go to Genesis. Just follow Genesis, man. You can be in the camp. You can look like fucking Santa Claus and be in the camp. You can look like Mr. Magoo. You can look like any Edomite. You can be Hawaiian. You can be Moabite. You can be in the Genesis camp. So the sense the Gentiles can make it, I want to see these guys. I want to see these various heathens in the camp week after week. Yeah, this Genesis is dead. They going down. They had that split, Sakari, all these other splinter camps. Genesis was a splinter camp. Genesis is done. Genesis is done. Most High might just put one of them to sleep sometime in the next couple of weeks. Genesis is done. You got divine prospect. Divine prospect. All he is a he regurgitates that theological bullshit. He don't know the scriptures. He's not one of the elect as it stands. He's having repent. He said that he attended. He didn't mention, but he went to a theological seminary. So what he teaches, all that shit, you got to throw all that shit away to come into this truth, like Nicodemus. So you ain't gonna throw you got too much pride in you, man, and you're working side by side with this guy. Even Deacon Carr said we're not dealing with One West. We ain't dealing with the One West guys. We're doing our own thing. You're going in a whole different spirit. And it ain't going to pan out because it's not of the Most High. So read Acts 5:38.
This shit they.
If it be not of the Most High, if it be of the Most High, you cannot overthrow it. Sakari was overthrown through the Spirit, through a scandal.
The fathers did. They're accountable for it. Okay? And Jake just don't know the script. These people on earth, we are truly in a blessed position. We understand the scriptures. The Heavenly Father said the prophets, the apostles of GMS, and other men after them to teach us the Bible, the 100% truth. And the rest of these people, they don't understand what's going on. They come up with all these objections. They whining, I mean, it's amazing. But we know that what did Romans 11 say? Know that these people can't get the truth, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. The Israelites, as a whole, don't have the truth. And this dude on the comment board he's probably an Israelite, but he don't get it. Let's go back to his comments briefly here. I mean, y'all.
Yeah, he could be an Israelite, but he's not of the elect.
I knew where he was coming from. See, he's trying to take up for these fuckers over there in the Holy Land. That's always the thing with Jake. Hold on, y'all. All right, yeah. They're always trying to take up for Esau in any capacity that they can. You can't get the fucking Edomites out of their punishment. You love to try to say, well, some of them righteous. There ain't none of them.
Hey, this guy Huckabee, he's on their payroll anyway. He's presidential candidate. I believe he was a governor. His daughter's a governor of Arkansas. He originally from Arkansas, but he works with them. He works with them small hats, so he's getting paid.
Righteous. Now, every person that you see that looks like a so-called white man is not an Edomite. Some of them go back to Jacob. Some of them might go back to other nations. You might have white looking Hamites. Just like you go to the island of Jamaica and you will see Edomites down there speaking, talking like they Jamaicans. Or they could be from the seed of Benjamin. You just never know. Right? The Heavenly Father is far out. But for all intents,
Like Bob Marley's father, he looked just like an Edomite, but he got to be a Jake.
the purpose is the Edomites, whoever they are, they're not going to get out of their judgment. The Hamites are not going to get out of their judgment. Just because they got melanin, they're dark, doesn't matter. The Heavenly Father got all nations doing what he wanted them to do. The only nation that's going to be saved, have salvation, are the Israelites. And we're the only ones that are individuals, okay? Every other nation, don't get me wrong, you got your individual sins, right? But as a nation, they're going to be judged. You can't have a few Hamites that's going to repent to the Lord and then all of a sudden now they spiritual Israelites. That's just not going to happen. Now they make, based upon their individual iniquities and sins and the depth of their evil, that's a different story, because everybody got to go before the throne of the Most High when they die. But as nations, they can't be separated from their nation. Their nation is going to get judgment. When you read Jeremiah 25, it goes into it very plainly. Let's finish this first, and then we'll go there, perhaps. So back at saying this right here is I think this dude named Mike Huckabee. If you watch the video, you'll see the intro video. They talking about them 1,000 pastors that got sent to Israel, which that's just some bullshit. So he says we won't even have teachers anymore. Let them tell it. We in the new covenant already. But after continuing to listen, I don't think we share the exact doctrine or interpretation of the word. Ezekiel 18 is a great example, and don't be the one to blame the fathers and the sons when their sons are righteous. Fuck that. You trying to invoke Ezekiel 18?
Right. If we, when we go in the kingdom, we're not going to pay for the sins that we committed in this life because we have a Savior. Right? That's why the rest of Israel's got to have to die and come back through us.
And apply to the Edomites when it's all about the Israelites. They all aren't bad based on the color of their skins. You fucking going off, Jake. Always on the comment board want to talk, taking up for these.
He's looking for an opening for one Edomite. If we can get one Edomite in there, we can get them all in there. And that's all Jake is concerned with. They ain't concerned with themselves. They're concerned about Esau. They ain't concerned about Moab. Hakar wouldn't even let a Moabite in his camp.
Fucking people. The Lord said all the Edomites are wicked, man. Better judge them by their fruit. The ones that cling to us are righteous. Wrong. And these motherfuckers they ain't clinging to us as right. Where's these benevolent Edomites that you love so damn much that's ready to do good? Where
are them rascally rabbits?
Fuck are they? Because I don't see them. All I see is the ones trying to take us out. That's what I see. The ones that cling to us are righteous as well, just as righteous as us. Wrong. The Edomites are not known as the righteous. They're known as the wicked of the earth. Jacob is the righteous that keep the laws and testimonies. Show me an Edomite anywhere keeping the laws of the Bible. And we'll wait, because you ain't going to never fucking find that. It says they will be in the kingdom too, no matter what position they serve. Well, that's correct. They're going to be in the kingdom.
You got that right. They're going to be in the kingdom, getting their ass kicked, working.
Kingdom. But the position they're going to serve, they're going to be fucking slaves. I say that to say don't lose your spot having hatred for Israel. We can't lose our spot. It's already sealed. The Heavenly Father has the Israelites on top.
We can't lose with the stuff we use.
All nations are going to serve us, period. That's it. And everything is predestined. I'm definitely not saying all their sons are righteous, though, and neither are we. It's a lot of Jacob with an Esau spirit, too, and vice versa. Well, you do got a lot of wicked-ass Jakes. But guess what they're going to get? They're going to get punishment. The Heavenly Father ain't going to save them.
They're going to come back in the kingdom. Them YNs, they're going to be decent individuals. Them YNs. Matter of fact, let me do this. Give you a precept here. I believe it's Isaiah 3. If not Isaiah 3, it's Isaiah 1. Isaiah 3. Yep. Here we go, Isaiah 3:1. For behold, for behold, our Lord, Yahweh of hosts, doeth take away from Jerusalem and from Yahweh the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread, and the whole stay of water. The mighty men, in other words, in a nutshell, those are your blessings. The mighty men and the men of war, the judges and the prophets, and the prudent, the wise and the ancient, the captain of 50 and the honorable men, and the counselor, and the cunning artificer, and the eloquent orator, and I will give children to be their princes, and babes shall rule over them. In other words, we were royal people. You know, we had the judges, the prophets, and so forth. So the Most High is going to take all that away. You got to read this whole chapter here. And I will give you, and I will give children to be their princes, heads, and babes shall rule over them. And the people shall be oppressed, everyone by another, and everyone by his neighbor. The child shall behave himself proudly against the ancient. Back when I was a kid, we respected the old people, man. These niggas don't respect you if you're certain. They'll jump you. Yeah, these YNs, there'll be a mother and the son. They bullying the son. The mother go to school, they beat the mother's ass too. That shit didn't happen back then. When the mother came, you stood back. That's why they got to be eliminated. So when the kingdom comes, we're gonna go back to being mighty men. Although we ain't not gonna be able to have wars, because we're gonna destroy everybody. They're gonna be up under our foot. Men of war, judges, and prophets. We're gonna be judging Esau. There won't be no need of prophets, because the kingdom is gonna be everlasting. Ain't no new prophecies gonna come. The captains of 50s and so forth. We're gonna be laying back, chilling, and we're gonna all go from these different positions to being kings. The prophets are gonna be kings. So guess what? We're not gonna be prophets no more. This is the last go around of the prophets being here. Every time the system went down, the Most High sent a prophet. But he always said, well, Moses was one man, but he had the 70 elders. You had Joshua, you had Aaron. You had these different men. You had the captains of hundreds and 50s and so forth and 10s. And then during the time of Elijah thought he was the only prophet, and Jezebel was going to put him to death. He was afraid of his life because he was a carnal, physical man on the earth. And he got weak at that time. And you know, that's just different examples of what we had to go through. We ain't going to go through that no more. So we don't have to be mighty men and men of war and counselors. Who are we going to counsel? Edomites? All we're going to do with Esau and other nations, they're going to be working for us and bringing through the gates the forces of the Gentiles, the riches of the Gentiles. So our kingdom is going to be feudal kingdom. You got the overlords and you got the serfs. And you got the vassals. Listen to a little bit more.
So don't worry about it. You waste too much time worrying about the Edomites. You need to worry about yourself. Here it is. This guy didn't understand the scriptures. He worried about the damn Edomites. What the fuck you so worried about Esau for? You know, going to 2026, still concerned about the fucking devil, man. This is GMS Spiritual Arc, Nahum 1 and 2. The Most High is jealous. It's like you. And the Lord revenges and is furious. The Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh will take vengeance on his adversaries, and he reserveth wrath to his enemies. Bear with me here. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord hath his way in the whirlwind and in the dust. Salakia. The Lord has his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. Let's get this one. It's like you.
So I'm going to move on. Let's check out. Let's check this one out.
Cars.
Yes.
All right, because I'm a car guy, so everyone knows. But the Chinese cars, you luxury car
Yeah.
for 1/8.
Yes.
You know,
And they
what
won't
you
let
here.
you bring it here unless you pay a tariff
Right,
on it,
and-
which will be higher as hell.
But American vehicles, I'm fixing them. One of my old trucks. The old trucks, lower control lines used to be made out of iron. Now they aluminum. That shows a decline.
Damn.
Now they aluminum. So
It's not strong.
So my control line, they discontinued them because they would last a lifetime. Only thing you need to change is the bushings and the ball joints.
Now that's funny that you would even mention that because I was just having a conversation with someone about purposeful obsolescence.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just having that conversation yesterday.
They can't afford to mass produce really even on the level of quality. Because the lower control arms, the upper control arm used to be cast iron. It used to be iron. So the only
Yeah, the lower control line, upper. I know about them. Tell me about them. Them motherfuckers last forever. The aluminum, them should break on you. You got to change them every couple years. So this is a fucked up situation that we're living in. They're using cheap shit.
only thing you would need to do was change the ball joints or the bushings.
Right.
You didn't need to change the whole unit,
The whole arm.
the whole arm. But now they're all upper lowers, they're aluminum. If you
So they warp, and so you got to change the
you
whole
get-
thing.
If you hit something,
if you hit a pothole,
it'll snap
it'll snap or it'll bend, and then you need to replace the whole arm.
again.
But that goes into other countries. They engineering is different. Even when it comes to American suspension, it's trash.
Hey, let me say, since he's saying that, he has a truck. I guess he works business wise, but the economy. When you in this system, you feel the economy as an adult. Now you got Japanese cars. There's a car company called BYD, which stands for, what is it? Build your dreams. That's what BYD. Do you know they have SUVs that if you wind up in a river or in a lake, you know how people go off into the water and the car sinks? That motherfucking car turns into a boat. That SUV turns into a boat. And you can steer the boat like it becomes a boat. But you only have about 30 minutes. So that's for if you happen to wind up in a river or wind up in a lake or something, body of water, you can drive out of that and drive back on shore. Esau can't do that. The BYDs, the Europeans got them. All these other different nations got them to get them by Japan. Superior technology from Japan. Now the reason why they're not here, because Biden put 100% tariff, but he didn't tell nobody. He put 100% tariff on the BYDs. That's why they're not over here. So if it's a $100,000 car, it's gonna cost you $200,000 to buy that car. Plus you got to pay the tax. You got to get the insurance. You got to pay the tax, which the tax could be another 10%. So you spending for $100,000 car, you spending more than $200,000. So that's why they don't bring it over here, because Biden did that, but he didn't tell nobody. A lot of these financial experts are saying, in a roundabout way, that the country fucked up because of that tariff. We fucked up as it is, but this tariff makes it even worse. You adding what's it, salt to the wounds. And Donald don't care. People don't understand, when you buy something, that extra money is coming out of your pocket going to the government, man. When are you fucking boneheads gonna wake up?
American cars, really, when you look at American cars compared to Toyota, Hyundai, It's complete day and night. You know, like we work for a company in the steel mill. We make a Toyota head gaskets where we send them the material for it. They will reject a scratch. Their quality on what they putting out, they like, look.
You know what? Now, this is before any of these brothers, I believe, was even born. 73, gas crisis. You didn't have Japanese cars out here. You had maybe a Datsun. You had a couple of Japanese cars. The reason why people started buying Japanese cars, because right during and after the gas crisis, I believe it was an embargo. I got to go look up the history. And you had, it was lines to get gas. You'd be on the line. I was a kid. I was 11, 12. I was 12. You had to be in the car, sit in the car for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes to get gas, and you would fill up. And you had even days and odd days. And then that's when the Vega and the Pintos came out, and they were shit cars. So when the Japanese cars started coming in, the American people just started buying Japanese cars. And Japanese cars is still better than American cars. So this is a paper. Babylon the Great is nothing but a paper tiger. Like I said, I was going through, and I played it on the Blue Letter, because you can get the audio of the Blue Letter, Revelation chapter 18. All the stuff that we consume is mostly coming from China. If China was to call for an embargo on America, this place would be a ghost town. You wouldn't have nothing. They would have to close down BJ's, Costco's, Walmart, Targets. The car dealerships would go, they would have no cars. All car dealerships would go bunk.
Look, we're not taking it if it got a scratch. If it got oil marks, they'll send the whole order back. But American cars, they come back with defects. Their motors are breaking down after 40,000 miles.
Yeah.
America's cooked on every level. Infrastructure, all right, roads, and even when it comes to agriculture, America's cooked on every front. Because
Isaiah 14. Matter of fact, let me go to that real quick. I'm laying backing. Okay, 14, Isaiah 14. Here we go. And where I'm in New York, in the New York tri-state area, you got rich areas like Scarsdale, rich areas, and well, I don't know all of them, but they got potholes in Scarsdale, man, and they charge high taxes to people that live in Scarsdale. They got $2 million, $3 million homes, and they got the roads all fucked up. This place is cooked. There's no way you can bring this place back. Let me see, where is the worm? I'm half asleep. Okay, thy pomp or pride is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy viols, thy music, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. So let's look up the word worm or worms. Worms. When your body dies, the worms eat you, break you down. The word here is a thawalai. Worm scarlet stuff, crimson worm, the female caucus, whatever, crimson scarlet, the dye made from the dye, female worm, maggot. Right, worms eat through things. They eat through your body. You know, you put a dead body in the ground after what, so many months, you got what's left is a skeleton. So the worms eat. So the same thing with your infrastructure. Everything's rotted. It just means corrosion. Let's go.
These countries, they don't use the chemicals that Esau used, and they still have bustering crops. Their crops are growing, and you know, Esau is putting all these chemicals in they crops,
in the DNA of the crop,
and they fucking with the DNA and everything. Overseas, they denying all this shit. Esau is really crumbling on every fucking front.
Yeah, I just found out from a masseuse, not a masseuse, but a chiropractor, that, you know, because the conversation of seeds and fruit, because I've been eating a lot of dragon fruit every other day, to, you know, just to help me be regular dragon, especially the yellow ones, they're sweeter. You can use them for hydration, and they taste good, you know, because I used to. It was a similar fruit that I used to eat in Thailand. It kind of tastes like that fruit. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't pronounce the name. But basically, I just learned that you can actually get the bananas with the seeds in them. From if you got so we got to go to the Asian markets to get them.
That shit crazy.
So of course they're gonna be costly, you know.
GMO, we eat the fruits of GMO fruits. A banana's supposed to have black seeds in them. There's no seeds, period, in a banana. Them are fake bananas. The American bananas are big bananas, like they can be 9 inches long, whatever, 10 inches long. A banana is supposed to be about no more than about 3 inches long. So they what do you call it? What the hell do you call it? GMOs, genetically altered. There's certain. Like I purchased Alfredo sauce. There's about 5 different companies that sell Alfredo sauce and white sauce, and in the supermarket, 5 different brands, and all of them say you got to read the back. Because I buy stuff, I read the back. It says genetically modified. Now the red sauce, spaghetti sauce, they don't say that.
What's that one?
We used to get the moringa seeds.
That one place that we went to a couple times after jiu-jitsu. It's a Korean spot downtown, right off the E-way.
Kmart? No.
Something H-Mart. Yeah,
H-Mart.
yeah. We can go to H-Mart to get the.
Oh, I gotta go there. I know where H-Mart is. It's Korean supermarket.
Those bananas with them. Yeah, and they small and they got the seeds in them.
See,
Yeah, see, I never knew it,
love
until the bananas we've been eating are grossly GMO.
GMO. Yeah, they GMO. They start GMO.
Even if it says non-GMO or organic, it's still GMO. Oh, Whole Foods, they got a brand called 360. All that shit come from China. That's all fucking GMOs.
When I was a kid, I remember that when they started. I remember.
I never saw. See, Pops, you older than me, so.
Yeah, I remember watching the seeds shrink, because at one point in time, when you cracked a banana, you could actually break it and you could see the seeds that were down the middle.
And
of
they're
it.
they have some this big to that big seeds. I remember talking to brother, one of the old guys who used to be in GMS Trinidad, and he will be on a video chat, and he'll be walking through, and he'll go through his backyard saying, "Oh, this is a banana." He'll crack it open, you'll see the seeds, and he'll walk down and say, "Hey, it's a mango here on the ground, just fresh." In America, they make sure they plant all male seeds, all this extra pollen, so that you don't have free fruit and vegetables just growing. They taint everything.
Yeah, I once was told that one of the best places to be homeless in the world was in Puerto Rico, because.
Oh, that's a fact. That's a fucking fact. You can live off this climate. It doesn't get cold, and you can eat the fruits off the trees.
You know,
the
fruit grows on public lands, which you can eat. You can literally just eat. So basically, if you got any fishing skills whatsoever,
You got meal.
you got a complete meal because you got your fruit and you got your protein. So all you can eat some greens, eat some fruit and a couple leaves with that fruit.
Pull out
And
a
you
fish.
and yeah, you know, a lot of Puerto Ricans be jacked, man. Now you know why.
Eat banana
Until they
leaves.
get here,
I feel then they get fat.
See, America don't teach you shit.
Same thing with Benjamin, man. And Benjamin be in shape. He eat all things natural.
You can eat banana leaves, you can eat pepper leaves, you can eat tomato leaves, you can eat carrot leaves, you can eat celery leaves. It's so much vegetables and fruit. Everybody's been Americanized to go get this iceberg lettuce to get, you know, this different things that you're not gonna find in a while. When the shit hits the fan, which hopefully 2026 is when shit really starts going and this really
it's
decimating
looking like
America.
it. It's really looking like it, and more so than it ever has, man.
All these people who were crying about not getting their link during the
Oh
government
man, they
shutdown.
have no idea.
Right. That government shut down when they cut all that link and stuff, and they said we ain't got nothing to eat, we just gonna go rob the stores, and they start doing dumbass shit. They will walk right through a field of dandelions crying, I'm so hungry! I'm so hungry! And it's gonna be food right at their feet, and they don't even know it.
Dandelions, you can actually. I mean, they sell dandelion tea, duh. But the leaves on dandelions, and they grow wild and they grow in abundance. All right. But those dandelion leaves, you can actually pick
Like
them and
greens.
clean them like greens and cook them, and they will actually help. If you got cancer or heart issues, you know, it actually is good for that. It's good for your blood, man. Dandelion leaves are known to cleanse your veins so that you know to bring your blood pressure down and all that sort of thing.
That's right. I got dandelion root tincture, and also the young elder Kanak. Yeah, gave me a tincture dandelion leaf, but I made the root. But I'm gonna get the leaf too.
You just mentioned something on the SNAP benefits because they making changes now. My wife sent me this earlier. She said SNAP food stamps generally cover all fuels for human consumption, but restrictions are increased in 2026. Many states banning sugary drinks, candy, and certain snacks, energy drinks, while federal rules still prohibit
Which is good, because now you're forced to eat healthy.
alcohol, tobacco, non-food items like vitamins. So you can't even buy vitamins with the shit.
Which
They used to.
That's
which is really wrong because you know the fact, and I've already told you many a times
Yep.
that the vitamin aisle, all right, the fact that you have GNC in stores like that is evidence of corrupted food purposely,
Right.
because you shouldn't have to go to GNC or any health food store to get supplements. It should all those supplements should be in your food. All right, you should be able to eat pineapples and green fruits and onions and all that sort of thing and get everything
All your beer
that
carotene.
you need. Your A, B, your K, your D, your C, your magnesium, all that should be in your food. The Esau Edom has weaponized everything. All right, he's weaponized everything to the detriment. All this man does is oppress and dispossess. That's what he does. Yeah, you're right. It does, son. That it is a lesson. All he does is oppress and dispossess. He takes your possessions away from you, takes your heritage away from you, takes your way of life from you, corruptly steals your wages, and then and when he does it, it even breaks.
Right, James, Deuteronomy 24, you're supposed to get paid at the end of the day, in full pay, so you can live. In James 5, kept back by fraud. When you look up the word fraud in the Greek, it goes to the word kept back. In other words, they promise you they're going to give you this amount, and they give you half of it. And they're doing that by way of inflation. So people are getting fucking pissed off. And this is what makes crime go up. So then this guy's got to bring in the troops because people are robbing shit because they ain't got no fucking food. This guy Nero, man, he done really fucked this place up.
breaks his own laws, but he does it anyway.
Right. Can I read the rest of this?
Absolutely.
It's James 5:3. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust.
James 5. That's the scripture of the year. It's James 5.
Of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth.
I was watching a video just maybe 2 days ago. It was an older video. It was in the 1900s, but it was older. And it was a woman. She was like a sharecropper. And at first, the guy was interviewing the son. He had a nail in his foot.
Oh yeah, I saw that video.
He had a red hole in his bed, and he was watching his sisters or whatever, his brother's sisters, whatever. They went to interview the mother. They said, "Why your kids at home by themselves?" She said, "We can't afford the daycare." She was in the field working. They said, "How much the daycare?" She said, $2. How much you getting paid for your labor today? She was out there from early as hell, gonna be out there till late. She said, $1. She got $1 for a day of labor.
So she could never pay.
Cost $2. Barely can buy food. He was telling me he got to feed him. Like, what you gonna feed him? They gonna make it work, basically. Esau been fucking us over, man.
When the wicked beareth rule, how do you know who's ruling, the wicked or the righteous? The people are mourning, impoverished. The wicked beareth rule.
For a long time.
You still going to work for $1 right now.
Facts.
Your company is making billions, and they giving your ass 30,000.
It's crazy.
If you lucky.
Well, my company was crazy. My company grossed. They say we made $873 million. All right, grossed. And then my that's the overall. But my company, my branch, we make about $6-7 million a month. All right, but ain't nobody making money in there. Ain't nobody making money compared to $7 million. They'd cut a coil and take a piece of the coil that they'd made and make it for a new order. You know, we did the math on it. Some days we making their ass $300,000-400,000 on one machine. You know, so Jake ain't making no motherfucking money. It don't matter if you getting $30-40 an hour.
Man, you getting crumbs,
you getting
bro.
crumbs compared to
You
what
work
they
at a
get.
company, you be innovative, you come up with a new product line to get, you bring them $1 billion. Here's your bonus, a piece of party.
They did it to Jake.
You
Absolute-
invented the shit,
absolutely.
but because you work for the company, you signed this contract. Wherever you invent there, the patent is in their name.
Yeah, and then they put some pale face to the invention when they put it in the book and into the history books, man.
I minister.
Go ahead, bro.
This is Ecclesiastes 10:16. It says, "Woe to thee, Shalom. Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child, and thy princes eat in the morning. Blessed art thou, O land, when thy king is the son of nobles, and thy princes eat in due season, for strength and not for drunkenness," which is what's been done here. All right, by
They teach you to go after your drunkenness, to go after your lust, your belly here. All right, so you okay with it? You get to go buy you this is what all the new trending songs. It's been about drinks. Remember back when we was growing up, the drinks was Cristal. They was talking about some bougie
Real
shit.
shit.
Now they're talking about Taylor Port.
Well, shoot, before you, drinks was about 8-ball. Right? It was about 8-ball in old English.
It was cheap drinks back then, yeah. So it was only a period about 10 years where it was about some expensive drinks. It was about old English back then. Now it's back about old English, essentially. Taylor Port. Because they just want you to go ahead and get drunk. Have some fun, get drunk. You ain't got no money to enjoy anything for real. Get you a $5 bottle of Taylor Port with extra sugar.
And a $40 woman for.
Who said Mad Dog 2020? I was thinking about that. That's back when I was a kid. Mad Dog 2020. Mad Dog 2020. Boone Farm apple wine. We used to get, as kids, we were 10, 11, we used to get some little Jake chick rub up on her. And we'd get some old bum to go in the liquor store and buy us some Mad Dog 2020. We used to sip on it. That's back Those were the days.
For the evening. All right?
That's terrible.
That's what they want you to do.
Go through your fucking drunkenness, your belly, man.
Yep, that's it.
Keep you, but the same thing they did to Gad though. That you did feed them liquor, give them drugs, give them alcohol, keep them sedated, so that they can't rise up against you.
Yep, it
So
says-
busy, and then they do the scarcity. They did all these researches and all these research to make the projects, put them into one area and try to take all the resources, try to get everybody to kill each other. And the Spirit of the Lord that put in Jake still have us resilient and overcome this shit.
They put radioactive paint in it.
And meanwhile, you got Genesis, which are complete, total sellouts. That's why Deacon Akar said, I ain't dealing with, and not too many words, he said, we don't deal with One West. No, we don't have nothing to do with anything that has to do with One West. Yeah, because y'all completely sold out. Your handler is probably a divine prospect. You guys just totally sold out. Every video that they make is about how Edomite is teaching that we the people, and the Messiah is a so-called black man. Got this white woman doing that, but she was married to a Jake any damn way. That chocolate's making it talk.
The projects too.
Lead paint.
Yeah, they did.
And radioactive.
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother.
God, it says, and it also said that princes eat in the morning too, implying that you're not really supposed to eat in the morning. You're supposed to wait. That's just a quick side note. But it says, blessed art thou, O land, when thy king is the son of nobles, and thy princes eat in due season for strength and not for drunkenness. By much slothfulness the building decayeth, and through idleness of the hands the house droppeth through.
That's perfect. Look at the foundation. Almost every road, almost every bridge, almost every foundation is fucked up. You can go to any single city in America. I was in Miami a couple months ago, and I was like, damn. He was like, God, this goddamn potholes. I said, damn.
In Miami?
I got a bit.
I said, y'all got
American through.
Yeah, you got potholes, and it was Fort Lauderdale, but
It's all over the fucking place. All over. You got potholes up where I'm, in the New York area. When I say New York, I'm talking about Connecticut, Jersey, New York. You got certain areas, high-end areas where Edomites live, well-to-do Edomites. They got potholes all over the place. Down in the Bronx, I'm always in the Bronx. Not every day, but pretty much, I was raised in the Bronx. They got potholes all over the fucking place. It looked like fucking Nigeria, where this guy got in an accident. They showed the accident that AJ was involved in. They were showing the fucking roads. It said potholes, man.
it's Miami area too.
Fort Lauderdale?
Damn, I'm supposed to be rich. I'm supposed to be where the money is.
Because we went to both, and it was both. All the roads were fine.
And that's why.
I'm saying they were really jacked up, and it's like, damn. And to the point we hit me and we had a conversation about it.
They collect the taxes and they don't put it back into the infrastructure like the Chinese do.
And it's like, goddamn.
I mean, you go to the viaducts and you can see the corrosion of the beams.
Yeah, when you go under the viaducts, you can see the corrosion of the beams because they had 94 all jacked up over near the dojo for years, trying to spot hatch, all those viaducts right there, on Webster and Damon and all that area.
They do that out there in Indiana when you're going from Chicago to Indiana down Indianapolis Boulevard and whatnot, going into Hammond. They sandblast that shit like every 3 or 4 years and whatnot have to be painted.
Oh, you mean on Ewing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that viaduct there, that big one with all them trains go by. Yeah, and the big bridge.
Yeah, that big bridge.
Yeah, they
Skyway Bridge.
You're right. Every month they spot checking something because they can't really.
What's that phrase you said earlier?
Every American bridge, they had a documentary on this years ago. Bridges were meant to last 50 years. A lot of these bridges were built in 1950. Give you straight in 1 year, 1950, 51. 50 years is what? 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 2000. 2000, all them bridges should have been torn down and new ones built back up. So guess what? These bridges are 25 years past their due date. So this place is gone. This place is fucking gone, man. And this clown is not gonna make this place great again.
Purposeful obsolescence.
Obsolescence.
Yeah, obsolescence, right? Because they make things to break down, but that wasn't really meant, you know. In
A
the
bridge
beginning.
wasn't built for that.
You know?
Cars, yeah, but bridges.
I mean,
Well, because Esau overdid it. I mean, think about it. You build something that's 100 stories high. How you gonna do maintenance on it?
Yeah, all the skyscrapers.
How you gonna do maintenance on something that's over 100 stories high and full of metal? You know,
Yeah, metal as an infrastructure.
right? It was.
Before the 9/11, what they said they had that building, two buildings was in need of heavy maintenance, and I think it came up to I believe it was either 2 billion. Back then that was a lot. 2 billion or 20 billion, something like that. It was in the billions to fix the work. But they said, wait a minute, we can do something else. So, you know, that's all I'm going to say. Got to speak in code. This motherfucker cannot. He can't get out of what he's into. He's in a fucked up situation. This place is not coming back. Period. It's not going to make a comeback.
Fine, it's because they didn't think beyond tomorrow. They didn't think beyond. There's a video, I'm gonna try to find it. You know, when somebody else is speaking, where this Edomite speaks about how he knows that his children or the future generations are gonna have to pay for all the wickedness that the so-called white man has done. And then he even said that he hopes that his children's friends see this video and cut his children a break.
Hell no.
That's what he said.
No.
But he said, and then he even said, and rightly so. So basically, what he was doing is acknowledging that white people have done Jake dog dirty and unnecessarily dirty and unfair for no reason at all. And eventually they know that they're gonna have to pay. And he said that's the so-called white man's biggest fear, is that he's gonna have to pay back for all the wrong that he's done.
And now there's a video. I don't know if it's still up. Let me see. C.K. Lewis, I think his name is. Let me go see if I can find that. All right, let me come over here. C.K. Lewis. If that's his name. C. Period. K. Period. Lewis. There he goes. C.K. Lewis. Give me a second, y'all. Did he get that? He got old. I ain't seen him in years. C.K. Lewis. Let me put down white people. White people. Okay, being white. Y'all gotta watch this. Being white. He said that we took over everything. We on top. He said, but we gonna fucking pay for this shit. We gonna have to pay for this. So y'all can watch this. So it's up there. 2 minutes long and change. Louis C.K. Being white. I'm not gonna play it because you know how YouTube get down. But that's exactly what these men, GMS Chicago, is talking about.
Okay. I just finished.
I got a precept.
Oh, go ahead.
This is the book of Jeremiah 22:13. It says, "Woe to him that buildeth his house by unrighteousness, and his chambers by wrong, that useth his neighbor's servants without wages, and giveth him not for his work." Now, not only is that American history, but that's going in a full scale today, because the new trend and the movement amongst Americans is they're seeing tens of billions of their tax dollars going to the state of Israel. So that's now becoming a thing. That's now becoming a focus.
And white America is very upset about that because they can see it, and then meanwhile Amalek is trying to make laws, but you can't talk about it. You can't bring them up. They want to put people in
That's what wicked people do. They got to cover their asses. Polite did that, brother Polite. When he was ripping people off, and when Jake was telling on him, he said, "I'm gonna have my lawyer see you." That's why they got these organizations. Because when you got a corrupt organization and you trying to make to the world, show the world that you're good, you have to have motherfucking hitmen and shit, a military. These dumb Edomites in America, they slowly waking up.
In prison,
Lose your job.
For even speaking about them.
I got a quick precept. This Revelations 18, start at 1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen. It is fallen, and it became the habitations of devils, in the hole of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. And that's what you see, man. That's why America is crumbling. It's nothing but devils. These devils pushing this wickedness. Everything is foul, like y'all been growing into. Ain't nothing pure here. It's just madness. Everything is just wickedness, man. You can't enjoy anything here.
The quality of America, everything here is gone downhill. The pipes in your house used to be copper, which purified the water. Now it's plastic. The fucking water lines underground are horrible.
Yeah,
they open them bitches up.
The building I used to have, they actually broke into the building and stole all the copper pipes out of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It was full of copper pipes.
Full of PVC,
Yeah,
All plastic.
No, that was a fucking come up. Motherfucker go in the building, pop all the fucking copper pipes out that shit, say I'm paid.
Crackheads.
That's it.
Yeah,
Oh, crackheads doing it.
Crackheads doing it.
Yeah,
Jake was doing it too. Crackheads.
That's no money. You ain't getting no money. You just getting wickedness, man, on top of wickedness, man.
This place it's so wicked. It's out of balance. Somebody read Elder Malcolm. You read it. This shit is out of balance. The money and everything. So they increase the minimum wage. All right. But the cost of living also goes up.
It goes up.
The price of goods also go up. And it's not even that the price of goods is going up, it's the damn dollars. The dollar is decreasing more than they can pay you enough to catch up to the cost of living. The dollar is crashing that fucking fast, they can't even pay you enough to afford a regular fucking life.
Yeah. Silver's over 80-something bucks right now.
Dang. That shit jump.
Fake currency is at basically 100,000. This shit don't even. Bitcoin ain't even fucking real. The dollar is that dead that a fake currency is passing.
That shit tricky.
They moving on to the mark of the beast. This is the end of America. This is what we've been waiting for. Revelation 14. This is the patient faith of the saints. All right, them bringing that mark of the beast is what we fucking been waiting for. And soon it's gonna happen. 2025 this year, especially the first quarter.
It's right now. It's $7.98. It's $8. It may go down a couple of dollars, but come starting after January 1st to 2026, China is going to stop exporting gold. Gold. I think it's silver. They're gonna. In other words, they're gonna what do you call it? They're gonna corner the market by not letting silver go out, export silver. So and I see you talking about silver spiking and gold spiking. I see silver spiking. So right now if you was at a silver exchange, you can get spot price is $70. But what you got to pay above the spot, you might have to pay maybe $95, $100 to get a $70 gold piece. But you ain't losing because the gold is going to shoot up. I won't be surprised if it shoots up $400 inside of 6 months. But we'll see. Because nobody wants this digital currency. They want real. They talking about these different nations are backing their money with gold now, so they're making it real money. Place is fucking cooked.
The dollar had the biggest decrease since like the 80s or some shit, something crazy. In 50 years, it was the biggest decrease in early this year in like 50 years, man. The dollar's fucking done. It's just a matter of time.
And that's what Gerald Salente said in that video that the Elder Apostle Tahar responded to. He basically said what's next is digital. And they're pushing the digital so that they can control all aspects of your life. The digital is basically surveillance, and you know, and then of course, you know, if they can you know, watch you and you be surveyed, but then the social credit score comes along with that. So total totalitarian is what they're about to do. But we know that that's not gonna that you know, the scriptures clearly tell you that when they're about to fill their belly. So when they do this, this thing is close, man, because the Lord is not going to allow the elect just not to be able to eat, move, and do anything.
Thank you. I've been saying that for years. When they push that chip out, that's the Most High, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, B'Shem Rakakwadash. Yahweh is subject to his prophecies. He cannot make a prophecy come to pass unless a previous prophecy comes to pass first. The Most Yahweh, the Father, cannot give the order to Yahushai to go down and get the people, because that's in Romans chapter 9, about the 23rd verse. Suffering I'll read it in a minute. I'll read it in a minute so I can read it right. He can't just say, you know what, forget about the mark of the beast. My son going down there and get it. No, because that would make him a liar. You can't. He said it's going. If it's a prophecy, it has to come to pass. He's the Most High is subject to his own prophecies. So now, when the chip is made mandatory around the whole planet Earth, you know, my favorite subject, just what the elders just said, and I'm repeating it, I'm echoing it. We ain't gonna be here for 10 years with chips and we figuring out what the fuck we gonna eat or where we gonna stay. Everything gonna be, because it's a test. If they push it out quick on an emergency, they push it out quick. Let's say everybody gets it in two weeks, in a month. Most I can take their place. Look in the sky. Look in the sky for two things: the missiles and the ships, the UFOs, the chariots, to come and beam us up. Revelation 20, Revelation 18 verse 4 and Revelation 11, I believe it's 11 verse 11. It says, come up hither, come up out of her. The angel's going to say, come up out of her, pursuant to Revelation 18 and 4, and we're going to get beamed up if we're one of the elect. Revelation 11, I believe it's 11 verse. They were taken up into heaven and in clouds, and their enemies beheld them. When they get 95 to 98% of the world chipped, that's when the deliverance and the kingdom's gonna come. Let me bring that back. So you can say it again.
The social credit score comes along with that. So
China, guess what, is the model. They're doing it in China. They got 6G in China. Trump was talking about 6G. He said, what are we going to put it under the skin? So he just told on himself. Psalm 64.
Total totalitarian is what they're about to do. But we know that that's not going to, that you know, the scriptures clearly tell you that when they're about to fill their belly. So when they do this, this thing is close, man. Because the Lord is not going to allow the elect just not to be able to eat, move, and do anything. All right? He's going to protect them. So we know that there's going to be a period of time for the struggle. That's the whole hour of temptation. But the Lord is not going to leave his elect hanging, man. Exactly, like St. Benji always says, man. This ain't 70 AD, bitch. That's right. It's different this time.
He said, "My servant shall eat."
All right.
This is Sirach 41. I'm starting about 6. The inheritance of sinners' children shall perish, and their prosperity shall have a perpetual reproach. The children will complain of an ungodly father, because they shall be reproached for his sake.
Kind, brother. And that's exactly what they're trying to push this narrative, within Christianism, that they always come up with the scripture. Well, if the scripture, the Bible says you got to bless Israel, and you bless Israel. Stop fucking playing. You know that those people in the land are not the people of the Lord.
They know that.
If you know that, all the Christians.
Them devils know that. Them themselves, they know it. They know it, man.
Christianity, the whole world knows that. That is not talking about them. All right? That has nothing to do with them. Go read Ezekiel 36 chapter, man. That's them. Those people over there, that's them. The Edomites that have acquired the land and appointed it to their own hands, man. Those are Amalekites. The racial epithet, kite. Those are Amalekites, man. That's what they are. That's Amalek. Point blank, period.
Message.
I don't care how you feel about it. The scriptures, the relics, and the history. AI even told you that, man. Okay?
Oh yeah, chat. They love us. They love us. They got all kind of information on GMS. You ask a question to chat about a scripture or whatever, or about a current event, and then you say, "What's GMS take on that?" He give you all kind of information. All kind of information.
Not off the Costler. AI just recently is telling you that, man.
They own too.
A to the goddamn I.
Which proves the scriptures.
Okay?
Yeah, hey, as a matter of fact, they bringing in more bytes now to be able to program AI, because of the fact that if you leave AI to itself, it leans toward us.
Well, they put it's not that they lean it towards us; it leans towards the facts.
The fact, the truth, yeah, exactly. Well, us and the truth is the same.
Which is us, yeah.
You can get the facts out of AI or chat, but you got to know how to ask the questions. You ask them one question, they give you some bullshit. Ask it a different way, then they'll give you the deal. I did that more than once. I'll say, "What's GMS Israelites take on such and such?" Well, we don't have no information on that. Then I'll ask the same question, but I'll switch it up a little bit. Then all of a sudden, he got all the information. So you got to know how to corner that devil. The AI is nothing but a demon.
Salaki, you're right.
I asked the AI.
Why do I say the AI is nothing but a demon? Because what is a demon? A demon is an intelligence. AI, artificial intelligence, artificial demon. But he ain't. He's a real demon.
Salaki, I asked the AI, who's the do you hate the so-called white man? And they said, well, we AI, we don't hate, but they said we know they're a problem.
Oh!
I mean, the scripture says.
Oh no, you just got me started. Give me a second, y'all. Is the white man the devil? No, the idea that the white man is the devil is not true and is a harmful belief, not a biblical or factual one. Boy, stop it, y'all. Stop it. What's the GMS is Israelites take what GMS teaches their position, who the true Israelites are. Okay, view of white people. GMS teaches that white people, especially Europeans, are Edomite, descendants of Esau. They often claim Edom is spiritually aligned with Satan, which is where phrases like the white man is the devil come from in the teaching. In their view, this does not mean every individual white person is consciously evil, but that the group plays the role of oppressor in biblical prophecy. End time belief. Hold up now. End time belief. GMS teaches that the Most High will soon destroy modern nations. They identify as Edom, often the U.S. and Europe, restore Israel as they define it to rulership, emphasize judgment, hierarchy, vengeance, and integration of reconciliation. Okay, Yahushai, they believe the Messiah was a dark-skinned Israelite man, sent only for Israel, as they in their scriptures on that, and they define Israel ethnically. They reject Christianity as taught in most churches. Anyway,
Esau's a curse. All right, Esau's a curse. Esau literally, all right, like the scriptures call him the red horse. He the red horse in Revelation. This dude is death.
Facts.
All right, when you go to civilization, all right, the civilized. Esau is not civilized.
He's not.
All right, when you
Esau got fucked to death by a horse.
by
Ain't nothing civilized, but this really happened. This is
Wasn't it a couple years ago, about 5-6 years ago, maybe a little longer?
yeah.
Ain't nothing civilized about this devil, man.
Didn't one get screwed to death by a pig too?
Yeah, pig brothels, sheep brothels. Ain't nothing civilized about this devil, man. Yeah, right? Hey, Esau recycles the fucking water you fucking drink, man.
You shit.
All right, and then they tell you reverse osmosis. Hey, if any one of you, and I learned this from Edomite in high school. If anyone, I knew what osmosis was. He had a real big thing to basically like water companies were so mad about it. He said osmosis, of course, the separation of one water cell into two. You cannot reverse that. You can't make two water cells into one. So they said this reverse osmosis to clean your water is bullshit. They giving you shit and piss water.
They just giving you a glamorous.
They giving your fucking water back. How piss this shit out, man. The reverse osmosis is not real.
How does turtles get herpes? How you got
Somebody fucked it.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, let's be honest.
But you also got a lot of drugs with amphetamines and all the drugs and all the
How
stuff
did
that
they
come
know?
into the shit.
How did they know the sack on in the
Beaver sack, yeah.
Tastes like vanilla.
Did y'all see the experiment?
Damn, somebody ate beef.
Somebody.
They talk about talking salad and went crazy on the beaver.
They went crazy.
they're turning the frogs gay, Alex Jones.
No, that's the wrong beaver. Hey,
That's what they call it.
Coochie beaver.
Oh shit!
Y'all bug wild.
Wow. That's why Edomites refer to titty
As
beaver.
beaver.
They be
Hey,
eating
Hustle
beaver's ass.
had a whole fucking.
Wow.
There was an experiment with some.
It tastes like vanilla. What the fuck?
How do you even know that though?
How do you know that, man?
Oh my
Real
God.
quick, man, I want to play this video. This is Eric. This is Eric Warsaw. This is Eric Warsaw, and it's on Jake Shields show. And for the record, Jake Shields is a Jake himself. He just don't know.
Yeah, I figured it out. Yeah.
But
You see what the elder just said? And I said that. I said Jake Shields is a Jake. His name is Jake. He's Irish. And here you got IUCPK telling him he's a white man. Yeah, Jake Shields. I'd be surprised if he's an Edomite. That motherfucker can fight.
Here we go.
ISIS never attacked Israel. Investigate. Wait, ISIS never attacked Israel? Investigation. So ISIS and Al Qaeda never attacked Israel. In 2015, ISIS attacked Hamas, and ISIS threatened to topple Hamas. But aren't they supposed to be allies? In 2015, Al Qaeda soldiers were brought to Israel if they were injured for medical treatment. But why would Israel be giving medical treatment to their enemies? The IDF chief admits to giving weapons and funding to Al Qaeda. Aren't they supposed to be enemies? Okay, I found it. A long time ago, ISIS did attack Israel, but then they apologized. So the one time they actually attacked them, they apologized. Why would you apologize to your enemy? September 11th, Al Qaeda flies airplanes into the Twin Towers. Al Qaeda did it, but Israel knew about it and didn't warn us. They made sure no Jewish people went to work that day, got insurance on the buildings, and the 5 Israeli agents that were sent to film and document the event, why were they celebrating? Isn't Israel supposed to be our ally? Why were they helping and protecting them on September 11th? Netanyahu tells us to go to war with Iraq because of September 11th. What does Iraq have to do with September 11th? They had more to do with September 11th than Iraq. Why do all false flags have to do with ISIS and Al Qaeda? That's a heck of a coincidence. ISIS and Al Qaeda never attack Israel. Every time they attack, it benefits Israel. ISIS and Al Qaeda controlled opposition for Netanyahu? Oh, it all makes sense now. We can't hate them enough. Wait,
So,
ISIS never...
come on, man. That's fucking heavy information right there. All factual. All right, you got these two entities that they love to put blame on. All right, that they need to destroy. That they use it as an excuse to send soldiers to get aid from other countries, to get aid mainly from America. They use them as an excuse to go into someone else's land. Because now all of a sudden, I think it was they were attacking Al Qaeda in Nigeria. And the Nigerian authorities came back. ISIS.
Yeah, ISIS. ISIS militant.
The Nigeria's authorities said, "Well, shit, we didn't even know we had ISIS in our country." All right. So you just shot down and blew up some apartment buildings and killed a whole bunch of Nigerians trying to kick some shit off. But the thing is that ISIS and Al Qaeda never attacked Israel. Any Israeli settlements, none of that. But they attack Hamas. They attack. So come on, man. And then it's evidence that Amalek treats Hamas, I mean not Hamas, but is ISIS and Al Qaeda soldiers when they're injured. Why? Because who are they working for? All right. Why is it that you always paint these people up that you need you love to throw that name out when you want to talk about some T word, but none of them motherfuckers ever attack you.
Message. You know,
it's crazy.
Papa Bush used to say it all the time. He was about to for this whole time. Al Qaeda. It was Al Qaeda. But even then they came with so many videos saying that ISIS is Israel's secret intelligence service, the acronyms. Yep. All right? So it's just what it is. It's bullshit. And how no one will ever help their enemy. You never would help them. You will never hospitalize them, give them medicine to build them up and be stronger. They can come back and fuck you up some more.
Do you remember a couple years ago somebody got a clip and showed them put on the makeup and shit like that, ISIS and everything, showing that they was actually Amalekites?
Well, yeah, they were showing that too. Sometimes during those Syrian wars and conflicts, when they were destroying all those, and it makes sense when they were destroying all those museums over there. Also, when they went down in Mali, when they were down there, they were destroying all those relics because those relics shows you Hebrews and different nations at the time of the history of the Hebrews as being, melanated brown people. So they were trying to destroy those records and stuff. Because I'm like, damn, you at war, but why are you destroying? Who the fuck destroys relics in museums? People take relics in museums.
And keep them, make money.
But they were destroying them. Why?
Noses.
Right, because those relics were identifying markers that you people are frauds, man. All right? And it's just a matter of time. So all this legislation and all this bullshit that you trying to push to criminalize people for pointing out truths about your lies and making them the criminals, All right, that shit gonna backfire on you, man.
But you know, that goes back to 64 and 8. Their tongue shall fall upon them. They got paintings of their artists painting over repainting pictures of black icons, turn them into their color. So that's what I'm saying. So it's like, man, hold on. So you thought that people would remain dumb enough forever that you made a picture of this of an artist making this picture of you whitewashing a black icon and then say it's going to be okay.
Well, they trying to do that now with AI. You seeing it? They starting to make Edomite images of everybody, even these rappers.
Well, we said that years ago. If this place was to hang around 100 years, Michael Jordan would be a white boy with his
Lil Wayne, all of them. They'll say they'll claim them as the people. I meant, see, they white people.
Like the Spartans and everybody else.
Can I hit this real quick?
Absolutely, bro.
It was a movie called The Monument Men, right? I don't know if you know about it. Came out in 2014 war film, right? It says a film based on the 2007 nonfiction book, so it's true. All right. It says it follows a group of monument fine arts archive programs that is given tasks of finding and saving pieces of art and other culture important items before the N-word destroyed or steal them during World War II. So during World War II, all right, it was a mass thing that what they was doing was going into these museums of history, and the German military was destroying relics.
Oh yeah,
they was just there to destroy.
They did it all throughout. They did it all throughout Russia as well. With all there was a lot of Jewish people in those armies. The brother Rakar Kwan from the London camp did a lesson on it some years ago, and he produced some of the images of the relics of Jewish Russian soldiers coming out of, because they destroyed something like 240 different churches and God knows how many mosques. I mean, not with not the synagogues, but the
Islam,
where the Islam people. It was a lot of Muslims and throughout Russia too. But they destroyed thousands of buildings and structures, and there was images of the Russian Jewish soldiers marching out of these churches with black Madonnas, with images of a so-called black Jesus and black Mary and black saints, the same way that Putin put on display those images from the medieval times and from the Dark Ages. All right, so you can't get it's just too much evidence and too much relics, man.
True.
Okay. It's too much.
Right. And then they make movies on shit with further.
Well, they got a David cartoon out right now, right, showing you some little white guy, some little saltless ass, with stringy.
Look at that. That's from Icon. That's an Icon book. Clearly see that they're dark people.
Here, all right. And there's no way I would go see anything like that.
I mean, I can't get past the house today. The first episode was the only episode I could watch.
Well, that shit they took their shit off there quick, boy.
Oh yeah.
They made David like he was just this wimp, when really the Lord was always with David. All right, the Lord, Yahweh Shemashah was always with David, and they played him. Esau never give you the real deal. David was a mighty man from the jump.
Well, you can't make
I done killed lions and fucking bears and shit, man. This motherfucker ain't nobody.
In the movie, it show you that he was timid as a lion. That's not what the scriptures say.
That's it. No, David was bold.
And he boasted about it. You know.
That's it.
You know, the scriptures talk about how he played with bears as with kids.
Man, look.
What the fuck?
Jake be boasting when they hit 225 15, 20 times.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank
So
you.
how the hell they gonna not boast that, you know, that they
Man, I took a
slayed a
lion
lion?
Right.
Took a lion
I
out,
slayed a bear. I slayed 2 bears.
I couldn't watch it no more.
You know?
After I seen the lion scene, I couldn't see it.
This is Isaiah 29:16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? All your narratives, the Lord, you try to paint a whole other narrative. The Lord said He's going to overturn it.
Well, they are exactly what they say they are. Because the truth of the matter is that every time you show something about Israelite heritage, Israelite stories in the Bible, and you show pale people, you're perpetrating a hateful, racist lie. You're being truly, anti, semantics.
Right. That's a good before.
Okay. No, he had a scripture, brother.
Oh, I was going to, since you guys mentioned the report on David, 1 Samuel 16:17, and Saul said unto his servants, provide me now a man that can play well and bring unto me. Then answered one of the servants and said, behold, I have seen a son of Jesse the Bethlehemite that is cunning in play, and a mighty valiant man, and a man of war.
So not only was David raw at the music, he was what you would call today a killer.
Yeah, so he was a hitter,
and he knew how to play.
But he knew how to get down on the instrument too.
Right. So when you but Esau,
yeah, when David played the stringed instrument, the demons would jump off of Saul. Demon was on Saul. That's in the scriptures. And he said, give me somebody to play. And David would play. That's his brother read. David would play and the demon would come. That's why these YNs, they listen to this demonic music. Certain hip hop melodies are really like calling for demons. That's ancient fucking music. You listen to some of these songs among these so-called rappers. That melody in the back is ancient music, worshiping ancient gods.
Seen a Mike Tyson mix, son.
Right. So, but this
has thump that bass.
That's it.
And thump you.
And show you Esau the devil. He never give you the full story. Right. He mixed lies with truth, just like Noah. All right. The movie Noah, the last one that came out. They completely they look. That shit didn't happen. All right. They didn't follow. They didn't follow the scriptures. All right, they didn't follow. They said Ham went off by in the movie. Ham went off by itself. That's not what the scriptures say. Ham had a wife. All right, Shem had a wife.
Well, then how would the Hamite nation proceed?
Right.
If Ham didn't have a wife.
You know, this shit is bugged out. Then the movie.
They was following the Book of Enoch or something.
Yeah, they was.
And for the record. For all you people who always stay off my comic board with that Enoch shit.
Yeah.
Right? The Book of Enoch that's in circulation is a fraudulent book. It's not the actual Book of Enoch.
Yeah, and simple Google search will literally tell you can find out where
that also includes the Book of Yasha.
Came from.
Thank
it's
you.
a Babylonian plagiary, man.
It's a Babylonian. Thank you, brother. It's a Babylonian plagiarized book. It's not the actual book, man. This is a simple Google search. You're always looking at it.
I was finna say, then the next motherfucking, I thought they came close, but it was a good movie, but it was still full of shit. Exodus, Gods, and Kings.
Yeah, bumps.
They made it seem like the plagues, that Moses did some of them plagues. They took away from the validity that it was the Lord that did that.
And they never did They never did the fourth where he put his hand in.
But they didn't do that. Nor did they do. They didn't do that one. Nor did they do the darkness you can feel.
Absolutely.
They didn't do that neither. All right, the burning of the crops and the fire mixed with the hail. They didn't do that neither.
And you know what? And the Lord, has promised that this is going to be worse than the last time.
Right.
So it's about to really get bad
He's a piece of shit.
Here in America,
You took away from the
it's going to
book.
get extra bad for you Edomites and for you 2/3.
That's right. This is Psalms 85 and 11. Truth shall spring out of the earth, and righteousness shall look down from heaven.
That's your documents. I mean, that's your the ancient documents,
Archaeological
digs. That's coming up. All right. How they finding all this? Right there you go. Right there.
So they know. They
the
know.
Madonnas, the black Madonnas.
And I just
You
opened it up because some of got the iconoclasm in here too.
The nation knows no color lines.
I got that right here.
There was a woman who excavated what was believed to be the wall of not the wall of Jericho. Yeah, the wall of Jericho. Right?
Yeah, that's the
And
color arm.
she said it was nothing tremendous. Years later, somebody else re-looked at it, and they found, I believe, on the west side, everything else is burned down. Then you got this one part of the wall that's still up, and you can see the fabric that was hung out the windows inside. It's still in the
Damn.
like it's preserved in the wall.
For the Lord rose here.
So they proved that it's real. I believe his name was Ernst, something like that.
I got a quick precept. This is Deuteronomy 32. I'm starting at 1. It says, "Give ear, O ye heavens, and I will speak, and hear, O earth, the words of my mouth, which the Lord put it in the prophets to speak these words. My doctrine should drop as the rain. My speech should distill as the dew, as the small rain upon the tender herbs, and as the showers upon the grass." And this knowledge is being made manifest through the whole world. Now you're seeing all of these icons and things coming out because the Lord used his prophets. Amos 3:7. Surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing but revealeth his secrets into his servants the prophets. And now the secrets are being revealed. We're showing you who the son of perdition is because through his prophets he said, hey man, these words are going to be speaking day and night, and it's happening. And now you're seeing the evidence of this, and now you're seeing how this devil really operates, and that he's not our people, man.
They finding coins, all right, with the Paleo Hebrew.
Yeah.
They finding rat tail combs.
I got it right here, bro.
Seriously, bro. His tunnels.
No, seriously, bro.
They found Hezekiah tunnels, bro.
Come on now.
Get the fuck out of here. With the Paleo Hebrew in it, bro. It's the spirit you said it, bro.
Not that Assyrian bullshit. Not that Assyrian script that's being used. The Assyrian script that's being used by the Israelis. When you see them on the news and that script, the Israelites never used that. I always said, man, the fact that they used the Assyrian script and they matched it to their Yiddish language is evidence of their fraud.
And the proof of that also,
the ancient Paleo is like this, what I'm wearing on my neck right here.
Straight up.
This is the ancient Hebrew right here. This is the Lord's name.
Straight.
All right.
So why
the other way is not the actual way. This is.
Now let me say this: before YouTube, before the Blue Letter, we used to deal with the Ben Yehudi Hebrew English Hebrew dictionary, and he showed you in the book. He gives you the alphabet. He shows you that the ancient Hebrew is. I gotta carry that around me just in case a Christian roll up or vocab roll up on us. He said that's that made up Hebrew. No, the father of modern Hebrew also identified the ancient Paleo Hebrew in the back of the book, on the front of the book, depending on how you read the book. So they know that a scholar would tell you that that's not real Hebrew. They also call the what is it? What the hell do they call it? The Canaanites were the. Damn, I can't remember their name. It'll come back to me.
is the way.
So since you said that,
Then in the Manchurian, what's that show? The Manchurian.
they can't handle it.
No. With the dudes, the dudes from the Star Wars.
Mandarin, man.
The Mandarins. Yeah, this is the way. Mandalorian. The water, brother. This is the way.
So then why in New Mexico, the Los Lunas stone?
They try to discredit that and say that it was a hoax now.
Or the more
Some of the AI will tell you that was an actual hoax.
Mr. Stanley over
they overusing plausible denial.
Plausible, that shit can only really go.
Deniability.
I can just deny something. That's really what you're saying. You know, I can deny it.
I
can just say it ain't
Because
true.
you're a bitch, man.
You're overusing it.
Well, that's your truth.
Yeah, right.
No, it's only one truth, man.
Well, another
And it's like it. You want not if they want to play games with the Los Lunas stone, we can go to the Back Creek stone, the Back Creek cave stone. That was over in America. I'm just talking about in America. You can go to Puerto Rico. They had a whole bunch of relics of gold, trinkets, and coins and everything, all with Paleo Hebrew on it. You got it from Peru, you got Hebrew in Peru, you got all over the Americas. How is it in Peru? How is it in Puerto Rico? How is it in Americas? How is it in New Mexico? How is it in Ohio? How is it in Canada? That's because, and then not only that, you see all the pyramids. Everywhere Israelites were at, we left pyramids, and it's all over.
Mexico, we went to Mexico in '87. There's a twin pyramids. They're called the Pyramid of the Sun and the Pyramid of the Moon. And we climbed up them pyramids. You got to climb up the pyramid like a snake. You got to, almost like you're zigzagging, like a snake. You can't climb straight up. You fall, you go off balance. You got to climb it like a snake. We climbed to the top of it and climbed back down. And when they found it, they thought it was two mountains, and they dug it up, and they found that it was two pyramids. Because we were the ones that built them pyramids.
And from South America to North America to Europe to Africa.
Illinois.
To Illinois, yes.
And it's one of the biggest ones here in Illinois.
They just find
there's one in Tennessee. In Tennessee, there's a wall that has the ancient, Paleo Hebrew on it. The Phoenician Hebrew, and I think it's 17. I mean, it's 7 feet high, and I think it's almost 1,500 feet long. All right, and it's a huge wall on a Cherokee reservation that's full of ancient, Paleo Hebrew. Man, you can't get around this, bro. All right.
Let's not forget that James Adair, History of the American Indians. He told you that when they called on Yahweh or Yahweh, when they said fire, they said Ash, which is clearly Hebrew. Ash is Hebrew for fire. Their burial rites, everything that they did was what the Israelites did. So he came to the conclusion, these people have to be the Israelites. Keep telling you the Puritans, the Pilgrims, that came from the UK, which is called the UK right now, in England. They were escaping persecution from England. So when they came over here and they saw the people of this land that Columbus encountered, they knew that they said these are the Israelites. Matter of fact, some of them acknowledged that these were the Northern Kingdom.
This is James 2:19. It said, "Thou believest that there is one power, thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble." So, like I say, these people know.
They know.
Right.
But I mean, the Lord said they're wiser than Daniel. All right. They brought us in here in captivity. They destroyed our relics. They destroyed our heritage. Like Apostle Kapar say all the time, you can't tell
the truth.
Yeah. There you go. And you just got spring ups. You got these Adwater Israelites all over the place. But flip side of the coin is that they're still bringing out, truth as far as who the Israelites are.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, I like to play this short video. This is another Instagram, and this is at It's Very Real. All right, on Instagram. Let's play this one real quick.
Many Israelites went to West Africa after the destruction of Jerusalem. Here's proof. Ahal Yahud, Bilad al-Sudan, the Sahelian Jews, or the Jews of Bilad al-Sudan, all refer to groups of West African communities connected to known Israelite communities who migrated to West Africa, many practicing as merchants for trading opportunities. These groups originated from Spain, Portugal, North Africa, the Middle East, and also contain the direct descendants of Israelites who scattered from Jerusalem around 70 AD. These Hebrew communities were historically present in the famous Ghana Empire, the Mali Empire, the Mossi Kingdoms, and the Songhai Empire, which was then called
Showing you a map of
Sudan,
Timbuktu.
Land of the Blacks.
That was in Mali.
This means that these black so-called Jews were present.
Let me pause. That portion there are maps I've seen with my own eyes, and many brothers have seen them from 1783 of all these nations here on the west coast of Africa, and they literally call it Negro land, and which was separate from the other Hamite nations, the Somalians, the Sudanese, and all the other nations, because they're not the same people. The Israelites fled into Africa, millions of them. All right.
In West Africa for
And they were there before 70 AD. You had kingdoms set up by Israelites. Remember the strangers, the law of the stranger, the Carthaginian Empire, which was led by the father of Hannibal. Hannibal, his father was a warrior, and he grew up and he became a warrior. And they were rulers in the Carthaginian Empire. And that word Carthage goes back to the Hebrew, which means new city. And his name Barca is a Hebrew word. So you had Israelites in Africa long before 70 AD.
They did a DNA test on the original Sephardi Jews in Spain, and their Y DNA matches the Yoruba tribe in Nigeria.
And are you shocked? All right.
For 1,000 years. However, later on, many Hebrews expelled from Spain, Portugal, and Morocco also formed communities off the coast of Senegal and in
The
Guinea.
brother just said it. Hebrews that were exposed from Spain and Portugal set up settlements off the coast of Morocco.
Negro land. That's why they called us niggers and Negroes. Negro land. Jake was all up in there. You get close up, you even have some of the names of the tribes.
So they was, so they went to North and West Africa. If we literally, just like somebody get Baruch 4 and 6 and Baruch 2 and 30, right? We literally got scattered to the four corners of the earth among all people, man.
This is
okay. It's officially 2026. It's 12:07 a.m. and a.m. January 1st, 2026.
large part of why there is such a strong Israelite heritage and tradition found in West Africa. Now, obviously, these Israelites were influenced by the massive wave of Islamification in the 7th century, so much to the point where they learned Arabic to communicate with others. The manuscript Tariq al-Sudan provides historical evidence of these Yehudi communities using Arabic as a writing script for centuries.
So he's pronouncing
However, they maintain
the Hebrew the way the Yiddish form. But he's talking about the mass conversion of Israelites that embraced Islam. And many of them at the edge of a sword. All right? And some just did it. Because, Jake is stupid.
Their distinct culture and identity. In the 14th century, many Moors and Jews who were fleeing persecution in Spain migrated south to the Timbuktu area, which was part of the Songhai Empire at that time. Why did both the Moors and the Spanish Jews decide to go to Africa and not Europe? Probably because they were black, just like the Africans.
And see, that's where he screwed up.
People will never...
Because many of them did go to Europe. All throughout the Dark Ages. He just showed you the nature knows no color line. All right? So that's this is they're not mentioned in the Northern Kingdom at all. That's when he's you're right. But the Southern Kingdom went to they established Western Asia, the portion of it that you call Eurasia today.
Yeah.
All right, all throughout the Dark Ages. Okay, they established that.
Right.
And that's why all the statues and the relics and the you know the 14th century German tapestry. That's in Germany. That's in what you call Europe today, which is Western Asia.
I mean,
Right.
really, the base of Esau society is Israelite society.
Of course.
That all of the mathematics and the science that we had, Esau took all our books.
Well, all those wonderful, beautiful places in Florence that they love to go vacation at and look and marvel at the architecture, this European architecture, and all those castles. Those were built by black people, so-called black people, Israelites.
That's why ain't no more. That's why ain't no more being built like that.
Anyway,
Let me let you finish.
Israelites migrated from Egypt, Morocco, and Portugal up to the 15th century. Some of them formed a community in Tindirna, Mali, called Bani Israel in 1402, which contained a Jewish dynasty with 7 princes, owned over 300 wells, and an army of 1,500 men. Your family and friends will call you a liar for knowing this truth, so I have forged an arsenal of the 10 most irrefutable proofs the Israelites are black. Comment facts to get your copy now, or click the link in my bio. Many
So he pushing that blackity black I'm black, y'all, doctrine. Because the Israelites, you know, how you just gonna go around the fact that they got scattered, all right? Can I get those scriptures that I called for about the shot? Whatever you got.
Okay, this is Baruch 4 and 6. It says, ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved the Most High power of God to wrath.
So since we didn't obey, that's why all our endeavors failed, and then we eventually just was getting shipped either or moving on our own to avoid slavery, but we got scattered to all the nations as a result of it. By slavery or through persecution. We were fleeing, all right?
And that's why none of our financial windfalls that even occurred here in America ever had a chance to stand up, because it wasn't part of what we supposed to deal with.
It said, ye were delivered into the enemy.
So we were delivered into the hands of our enemy, man. But it's a temporary punishment. And for Wadi Yahweh, we've come to the end of that, man. All right, we're finally gonna get let off this prison sentence that we've been on. All right. What was the next one? 2 and 30.
This is Baruch 2 and 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people.
And nobody's more hard-headed than our people.
Right. Pull the shoulder. Don't want to hear you.
Nobody's more hard-headed than our people, man. Right? They pull the shoulder.
Man, leave me alone, man. You ain't talking about nothing.
Hey, but this next verse, it really proves that it's the Lord doing it, because a hard-headed ass people getting this. It says, but in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves.
And so how does this scripture, now you completely understand why they removed this apocrypha. And you know, I'm pretty sure if you do a deep research and study on the Bible Destruction Group, Amalek's hands is all over there. Because the apocrypha completely identifies Rome and so-called white people as Edom. All right, so it lets you know 100% that they're the Edomites. Right. Okay, and then Christianity and both Judaism both taught a doctrine, for the most part, that Edom was done away with until recently. Now, because now all of a sudden the rabbis are going hard, saying that no, white Christians are Edom. Okay.
And the Maccabees is known in historical facts.
Oh yeah.
I remember listening to when I used to drive Lyft, I used to listen to a lot of classical, and they would every year they would do the history on the Maccabees every year around Christmas time, because that's when the feast of dedication.
They would do their Hanukkah stuff,
right? So
trying to associate these Amalekites with that. That's why they would do that.
And they would get
and for the record, classical music is not your music. Though that was brown people as well. Okay?
The Hanukkah story they tell is a miracle of the candlestick staying lit with little oil. Hanukkah, that's not what it's saying in Maccabees about Hanukkah either. Everything about this devil's a fucking lie, man.
And it ain't no 9-stick candlestick.
Thank you.
It's
Tell me you're not the people without telling me you're not the people.
Yeah, somebody got a 9-stick candle in their window on their table.
Yeah, Rob Rush had a special on there. I remember. This is the Hanukkah. This is why we celebrate this. Because there was a miracle. It was a little oil, but the candle stayed lit. This is a Jewish myth, man.
Yeah.
A Jewish fable, I mean.
They put that in South Park as well.
Yeah, that's not what Hanukkah's about, man. Hanukkah is the Maccabees Israel was taken over by fucking Greeks, Edomites, and the Lord blessed some warriors to stand up and fight for us.
And pull it
And
back.
then they pulled the captivity back some, just enough, and we was able to rededicate
Thank
the
you.
temple, man. Fuck, that's Hanukkah. They was happy, so they sent gifts for 8 days because we got the temple of the Lord back, man. We're a holy people.
It's better than Christmas.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And they showed in South Park also when they around this time how they was getting them. They was getting the young boys to come to the temple with them. The small hats. And then they was raping, trying to rape Cartman and all of them.
Well, you know, look, man. We saw the bloody mattresses and the baby seats in the tunnel. So
Right.
Yeah, and that story disappeared.
you know, and all that evidence is just gone now. All of a sudden. All right.
They sealed the tunnel.
Or just like, you know, they were making all that noise about, you know, telling Dave Chappelle, you know, how he's lost his way, this, that, and the other. And he's and then, you know, told him how, why did you do a show in Saudi Arabia? The Saudi Arabians, you know, they killed a journalist, and he's like, well, shit, motherfucker, you know, y'all killed 240 of them in 3 months, so you know.
I didn't know one was off limits.
Right. 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 So I mean, the nerve of you to make they killed a journalist, nigga. You didn't kill an army of them.
A lot of them were
Bitches,
Americans.
and bitches too. I got some evidence. I'm gonna actually do a lesson on it. This German chick, this attractive German chick, who she was a journalist, and they captured her and locked her up, and then they had a penetration party on her. Damn. Repeatedly.
Hey,
Okay, the whole time she was locked up. You know, she was getting that involuntary smacking sound.
Just walked in, hit it, all about their business, she's still there.
Yeah.
And now they fight for the rights to do it to men. You know. Hey, Elder. Oh my God.
No, and that's another thing that they're doing. They were doing you pushing legislation to stop Google translation.
Yep.
Because a lot of those videos with them celebrating and stuff. These crimes that they were doing, like when they was it'll get it translated, and so like when they were protecting those men who raped that other man, you know, you can see they were protesting not the rape, but that they had the right to rape. Or should I say I said rape? Well, it's too late.
So those ain't the righteous fucking people. Those ain't the righteous people. Point blank. Period.
What that nigga said? It is my noble right.
Right.
But he's the prima nocta. He's like, it's my noble right.
Don't they believe they're supposed to give?
To commit game.
Right, game is
prima nocta.
How many virgin boys are they supposed to get and this, that, and the other? These motherfuckers think that they supposed to get virgin boys out
When we talking about Islam, Pop, we talking about Israelis. They gay.
The Austrian painter, his most famous speeches have been translated to English too. So they trying to wipe that off too. That's another reason why.
Oh yeah. Also, I just learned something new about this. His army, he had over 150, at least 150,000 Jewish motherfuckers in his army, and he had high-ranking officials that was Jewish. So,
and who is this?
The Austrian painter.
Oh,
the mustache.
Gotcha. Oh, that guy.
That's why motherfuckers be having the small shit. That's where that shit came from, the small thing with the little hat.
No.
I don't know how they had a little small.
Can I read this real quick?
Go ahead, brother.
This Jeremiah 13:23. Can an Ethiopian change his skin, or a leper his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil. These people are evil, man.
Facts.
There's nothing good about them, man.
A rabbi owns Pornhub, man.
Exactly. Right.
Like how much, you know, at this point, you know, fuck you people, but you know, you people are soft. All right, if this was England and all this shit was going on, they would have been flipped this motherfucker. All right, they would have been flipped this bitch over. All right,
and you know what? Just laying backing up what you said. The over there in Western Eurasia,
Right.
all right, they have a different spirit. All right, they have a very different spirit, and it's understandable now, especially dealing with them Irish and them Brits, the way that
I'll bludgeon you.
They disarmed them, and now you understand why they disarmed them.
Yeah.
All right, they disarmed them because they knew. Because America was so easy to control with the media and just running stories, you know. But them people over there in Eurasia, them Czechs and
they gun you down.
Yeah, it was like, you know what, we got to take these bangs from these people over here, because you know we saw the back in the teens in the 20 teens. Especially the earlier part, all them riots and shit was going. We were shocked that it you know, it didn't kick off back then, but no one was expecting quantitative easing, right? Which basically gave them a whole another 15 years, man. All right, and now the Wadi Howard, that time that's run out. They can't do that no more either. So
just think if them farmers didn't only have shit. They would have threw bullets instead of manure.
This year, the reason why the dollar became the weakest also was because the Fed cut the interest rate. But nobody, if you bought American debt, them cutting the interest rate fucks up your investment. Which means now you want to unload this investment. Exactly. That made the buyers of this debt like, nah. And then that release more of them bonds.
It's like crashing the stock market.
That's exactly what they're doing. They're crashing down.
And that's what they're doing. And now you understand why these major nations are dealing with each other the way that they are, directly in their own currencies, and not dealing with America, man. Because China and Russia deal directly in their own currencies back and forth, man. And mind you, their currencies are also backed by gold.
So they can flip it back and forth. It's like, okay, I'm gonna give you back your currency, you give me the gold equivalent.
You know, and America has been very shady with the gold, because lots of countries asked for their gold back, and America couldn't give it to them.
Yeah, China was pissed.
Now you did some shit like that to America, they ready to drop bombs on you. And you know, and tell you that they need to give you some democracy. You need some lessons in democracy. We gonna send a couple. You know, we gonna send a couple thousand Marines over there and give you some lessons in democracy. All right.
Verse 12.
Go ahead, brother.
Isaiah 19 and verse 11. It says, "Surely the princes of Zoan are fools. The counsel of the wise counselors of Pharaoh has become brutish."
Biff, I know Scavo called him, he called his president Biff.
He is Biff.
He's because he's symbolic of where you're going as a nation. You Edomites, you're going back into your caveman,
You talking about that Biff nigga from
Back to the
Future? Wow, yeah, then you know what? That's a perfect match.
Yeah, he was in his tower. Everything was fucked up.
He's a brutish fucking idiot at the wheel. You know, he's a caveman. He's gonna, you know, his resolve is to where he says, it's called him the hammer of the earth. All he's gonna do is he's gonna always pull out that club, you know, he can't even speak to you, nigga, correctly. Like, because when it comes to diplomacy, when it comes to really dealing with people diplomatically, or you have these so-called schools of learning, well, we're here to learn. We're here to talk to your people and about learning things. And you running from us, so you're proven to be just a fucking brute, man. Just like the scripture says, you know.
Verse 14. Yeah. It says, how say ye unto Pharaoh, I am the son? Let me jump to verse 14. It say, the Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit.
And that's all Esau has been doing, is destroying himself. All right, everywhere imaginable, from feminism, all right, to fast forward to now, the economic decisions they making, the tariffs that they want to push onto the fucking world, the Fed cutting the rates. All right, this just makes it bad for your investors, which is the rest of these other countries, which is perfect because James said when your money is cankered over, there's a witness against you, into a fire. War is next. You're gonna get digital currency and war. That's what's coming, man. All right, and the signs are all that. The economy's crashing, unemployment is increasing. All right, which is the sign of the fucking end.
Shrinkflation. I was gonna say in that Economist magazine, it says the world ahead, 2026. You see nothing but war, drugs, because your healthcare premiums are about to fucking skyrocket, and Americans are mad about that.
Oh, they lose.
It just did as of right now. As of the 1st or the 31st. The health care, affordable, no more affordable health care. They got to come up with a new system, or you just fucked. You can't go to the hospital. Place is fucked.
Small hats got free health care.
Yeah, we all saw the little pretty chick clown the Israelis.
Yeah.
And sing the little song at the end after she clowned them.
Yeah, right.
All right?
Yeah.
And let you know for sure all the goodies that they're getting while you Americans over here are homeless and struggling. You can't pay for your needed drugs. You can't pay for your medical bills, can't pay your car, can't pay your house. You gotta decide if you're gonna pay your phone bill or eat.
Yeah.
You know?
The dollar being this weak makes imports expensive.
That's right. Yep. Not to mention the tariffs that he done put that added everything on top of everything.
Yeah. Yeah, and no, that Economist magazine, when you look at that image, you see dollars everywhere.
Yep.
So that goes to show they're crashing this bitch. You see the stock market crashing, and then you see dollars and pills on the floor everywhere. So 2026 is getting ready to be a real bumpy ride.
And you made me think about that scene in I Am Legend.
Yep.
All right, that scene when he all the money was on the floor,
Worth
dollars and coins, because nobody was trying to pick him up. They were, you know.
Yeah.
There's one more verse to
Go ahead, brother. We gonna get ready to wrap.
This is about the economy crashing. Go ahead.
Verse 15, Isaiah 19 and 15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do.
So unemployment is a big part of prophecy, all right? And it's like it's a vicious cycle, all right? Because the price of goods are so high, nobody can afford them. If nobody can afford them, you don't need the workers. So that means more job loss. Everywhere you think about it, there's more job loss. It's gonna just keep increasing, man. All right? This shit is fucking over with.
There was an article a couple of days ago. They said America is functionally unemployed.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because they made everybody part-time with no benefits and all that other shit, and then AI is taking over. So, like you said, there ain't gonna be no jobs. AI is taking over everything.
Exactly, because they want to go to UBI and the digital thing. And that's where we're headed, and we're headed there fast, right? And going there is going to make the wars escalate. And then the flip side of that is the wars are going to make the digital thing escalate. It's all feeding into each other. Right?
We're almost done, folks.
This thing is happening, man. Almost out of here. And 2026 could very well be it. I just don't. How they gonna get beyond this? You know, there's no way. You got something, y'all? What's up?
Come. It's the book of Zephaniah, chapter 1, verse 10. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gates, and howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills.
And the hills, what? Being all the nations, the big countries and the little countries, they're all crashing, man. And they're all angry and pointing fingers at the whole. Yeah. All right. You got one?
Yeah, this Revelations 18:3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are rich through the abundancy of their delicacy. So them nations know, man, them goodies is gone, man. They losing everything that they done fucking put into this place. That's why they mad at this bitch. Because they now they drunk now. They done messed up. You shouldn't have never laid bed with this devil.
Yeah, they tie everything. Unfortunately for them, it's beautiful for us. All the world resources are entangled with the dollar.
Yes.
Right. So to pull that plug is to pull the plug your own economy temporarily. But we know this is going to be a everlasting thing. But to them, carnally, when they crash their shit, they think temporarily.
Bitch, I can't recoup my fucking money.
Go ahead, we're gonna make this the last one.
It's over. All currencies is fiat currencies backed by the US dollar.
Alright, I can't recoup.
This is Job, the 5th chapter, and the 12th verse. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Perfect.
I can't get my money back.
So it's a wrap, man. It's a wrap. So with that, man, we're gonna give all praises, all honor and glory to
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, Rekakodash,
Kwam Yasharala,
Kwam Yasharala, Ababa Ball.
Turn those machines on.
Hey, in y'all lives, but don't go nowhere. Let's do it.